It's finally time. Let's find out what games make our top 10 and what is ultimately crowned our game of the year for 2025. Let's discuss this and more on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast and Happy New Year, as this is our first gaming podcast of 2026. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, is Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello guys, yep, happy to be back and happy new year to everyone as well. And excited to see what game of the year is, but I think this one's a bit more predictable over the movie side in terms of what I think the top game's going to be. So yeah, still excited though.
We're going to predictions in a minute. Also joining us is our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Yes, hello everybody. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I can't believe we're at Game of the Year already. It only feels like it was yesterday when we gave Astrobot our Game of the Year, which is one that I was really happy about that we awarded. So let's hope that we get a good one. I've got a feeling I know what it's going to be anyway. Slightly off because I thought I heard a voice from it. I was like, sorry, who's that?
You did. It was my video, sorry.
That's all right. So yeah, I have a rough. I think I know what the top three is going to be. Put it that way, and maybe top four. But the rest of them is going to be a bit more sort of unpredictable.
And also joined and welcome back to the second best Mario Kart player I know, Jack.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me back. Happy New Year, everyone, and yeah, looking forward to Game of the Year. And again, I think I know what it will be, but deserved one, I think.
We shall see if you're all right, or you think you're right anyway. Give me a couple seconds while I get this all set up. But before we do that, as we said, we'll do some quick predictions. You all seem to know what's going to be the winner, so let's hear it. Andy, who do you think are going to be like the top contenders? If you think you know the outright winner, then obviously tell me that as well.
I think obviously Expedition 33 is going to be leading the race, but up there in terms of sort of top three, Expedition 33, Split Fiction, Dispatch. I don't know what Jack's played. Obviously, I know what Steven's played, but yeah, potentially those three up there, top three, four.
Okay. Stephen, what are you thinking?
So I do think that Claire Expedition 33 has got a very high chance. I know I've not played it, but I think all three of you have. I think Jack, you've played. Have you played Claire?
Jack's played it, yeah.
Yeah, I played it.
Yeah. So the fact that all three of you have played it gives it a very strong push. I also think Split Fiction goes to a, but also I think Rematch. I think Rematch is going to be quite high up there. It's a game that we've all played that we all enjoy. Could be a dark horse. I don't think it's going to win, but I think it's going to be a lot higher than where I thought originally it may have been.
Okay, interesting. And Jack?
Yeah, same as everyone. I think. Sorry, I think Claire will be quite high up because obviously us three, but then you three have all got Split Fiction, and I don't know. I don't think it will just be one person that may have put that top, but I think a couple of you could have. It may have swayed your minds. I remember you having a lot of fun playing that on
Yeah,
stream.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that can definitely bump it up. But yeah, Claire will split. I think will be at the top.
As someone that has completed Split Fiction the last month, I'm very happy that I got that done before Game of the Year. Put it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to give my predictions because I know who won, but
because you know,
what I will say is it's been one hell of a good year for video games.
Oh, definitely.
An all-timer, really, when you think about it. And I think this list shows that off when you get to see it. Hopefully 2026 is the same, but for now, this is celebration of 2025. Are we ready to find out?
Yeah,
yes.
So even though we're recording this after the Movie of the Year podcast, this will be coming out before the Movie of the Year podcast. So people watching, it's their first time seeing this kind of video and the voice and everything.
Yeah.
But you guys have actually experienced it before.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's find out our top 10.
The Late Night Gamer Podcast.
Who's that
Game
voice?
of the Year 2025. Honorable mentions. Gears of War Reloaded.
Hey.
Super Mario Galaxy. No.
Okay, so
Interesting.
Gears of War Reloaded and Super Mario Galaxy. Just for the stats and figures here. Let me make that bigger so I can actually see it better. So they both come in at 11th, tied at 11th, with 5 points each. So Gears Were Reloaded was submitted by two of you, being Andy and Stephen. Andy had it at 9th, giving it 2 points. I did it again, and Stephen gave it 3 points at 8th. I'll quickly go through the scoring system because I should have done that before I started again. As we did it last year, it's a weighted system, so everyone's top couple picks get more points than they would have if we did a standard scorer system. So top pick gets 15 points. Then it goes, second pick gets 12, third gets 10, fourth gets 8, fifth gets 6, then it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 if you come in 10th place. So yeah, Gears Reloaded got 5 points, and so did Mario Galaxy, because Jack had that in at 6th place. Any comments on, I guess, Mario Galaxy, Jack, because obviously you're the only one who's voted that one in, and it's relatively high on your list.
I love playing it again. I think as soon as I played it again, it just brought me back to playing it on the Wii, and I've loved that game when it came out. I think it was one of the first games I actually played on Wii, so instantly threw me back to that. And I think it's more of a testament of how good that game was, even then, that playing it now, it holds up extremely well. And I haven't finished it yet, but even though I finished Donkey Kong, I feel like Mario Galaxy obviously is a way better game. So like going back on that on Switch, it was just like, oh, I wish like Donkey Kong was a little bit different. But yeah, I love playing Mario Galaxy again, and recommended pickup for anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that both those games are remakes. Jack actually messaged me to say, is it allowed on the list? And I said, technically, if Gears Reloaded's allowed, that's allowed.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it comes in honorable mentions anyway, and not top 10, so no one can complain that
I think
remasters
I
or
think that's
whatever.
I think that's quite good actually. I mean, the main thing for Gears was because the fact that it was going onto a brand new console that it had never been there before. So essentially, even though it was a remaster for PlayStation, it was brand new, so to speak. That's the way that I looked at it. Where like I asked if Forza Horizon 5 would count, and no, because even though it's on a new console,
That
it's
is
slightly
literally a
different
port,
here.
yeah. Whereas this
Yeah,
is
exactly.
or whatever you want to call it, this came out on the Wii, so we're talking about a game you can't play
Yes.
other than on a Wii console, as far as I'm right, Jack. That's the only way to play it.
Yeah, pretty sure it was just the Wii.
Yeah.
And then, they did a
The All-Stars
3D
thing.
Mario All-Stars.
Yeah,
and that had Galaxy packed in. But
and that was a temporary time, whatever that bullshit was.
oh yeah,
What I would say just on Gears is that like I really enjoyed it, but it didn't do as well as what they wanted it to. So where I wanted us to get a remaster or reloaded of 2 and 3, don't think we're going to get that. Or if we do, it's not going to be for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Jack, we never actually finished that campaign, and I don't have Game Pass anymore, so I'm not willing to pay for it. But we had a lot of fun in multiplayer, the 4 of us.
Yes.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
One hell of a game. It always is. But what I will say is playing that game again online made me realize how bad some of those maps are. Like I never fully appreciated how bad Rooftops is. It is one horrendous map.
Yeah.
I'll even say one of my worst maps on any game ever. I hate that map.
And like even the mechanics, I think compared to the newer games, when you play it, like they're so much more fluid, and you do notice.
Oh
it.
yeah.
But I still loved going back to it though. It was great.
Still a great time.
I also think Gears, particularly there's some moments of the campaign, just like the glitches were so bad, but they were like laughable. Where like I would literally just be stuck, and the amount of times I had to replay like sections, which really was so annoying. Some of the enemies are really challenging, but it's one of those games that you can kind of laugh at that. Kind of, it actually added to the experience. But online, some of the maps, I was like, fuck this.
Okay, let's find out the official top 10.
Number 10. Pokemon Legends Z to A.
Surprising.
Pokemon Legends Z to A comes in at number 9. Sorry, number 10. I said that because number 9 is on the screen. So
was it on your list?
It was not on my list.
So Jack put it quite high then.
Yeah.
So Jack, Jack put it in at number 5 to take it to 10th place. So that got 6 points, 1 point more than Galaxy and Gears Reloaded. I did have it quite low on my list. I'm not as big of a fan of it as Jack is, but Jack, you completed the Pokédex. You've done pretty much everything on that game. Do you want to talk about your love for it?
It's maybe more of a love just for Pokemon in general than
Yeah.
that game. But like even then, the like the catching mechanics, the fighting mechanics, and just actually traversing the city, I really liked. The only thing that let it down was the story was pretty short. The Pokédex is actually really short compared to like the national ones. They're normally like 400 plus, and this was like 212. And obviously the way it's all just set in one city, because normally you only have like one gym to one city. You can't suddenly have like 8 gyms in one city because it just wouldn't make sense. And they didn't handle the Battle Royale League that well. I think when you skipped, there is a I know, I know you're gonna, it's so annoying because you
That
think,
really
oh,
pissed me off.
this is sick. Like you're gonna have to battle all the way through, and then there's a massive skip in the alphabet, and then they do sort of counteract it because when you finish the game, you have to do extra battles, and it redoes them once. But it's like that's pointless. I should have just had it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, being stuck in the city and the story was a little bit of a downside, but I still think it's a Pokemon game. I don't think Pokemon games have delivered good stories, but you're not gonna walk away from it like you are from like a God of War game, are you? Like and be completely moved by the story.
No.
And I haven't played the DLC yet. But just from the videos I've seen of it and how close it was released to when the game finished, it was definitely just should have been end game content that they didn't finish, and they thought we'll just bundle it in as DLC. So I'm quite pissed off at that, but I don't know whether I'll play it yet. I think I will do eventually because I did sink a lot of hours into it. But yeah, I enjoyed all of it. Catching, roaming around that city, doing all the side missions. The amount of side missions you had as well was really good, and shiny hunting as well. They made that a lot easier for people, which was good. But yeah, overall, very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's one where I agree that the catching mechanic, the battling was more the new mechanic. I really liked it, but the story was just so boring to me and shit. And yeah, it just got a bit repetitive. And I agree, they didn't really nail the battle royale side of it. So I'm not saying it's a bad game by any means, but it just let me down a little bit, which is why I didn't have it on my list. Cool. Obviously, Andy and Stephen haven't got a Switch 2 at the minute, so they wouldn't have played it. Let's find out what is number. Let me remind myself what number 9 is. Number 9.
Number 9. Atomfall.
Wow. Number 9.
Was you expecting higher, Stephen?
I was expecting a little bit higher. I didn't think, obviously, there are at least 3 or 4 games that are going to be within the top 5, but I thought it was going to be maybe like 6, 7. But then, isn't it just us 2 that have played it?
Yes. So Atomfall
Yeah.
was submitted by both of us, though.
Okay.
Atomfall was my number 10, so it got me 1 point from me. And it got 6 points from you, which makes it your number 5, if I'm correct. Yes, you're number 5. It's given it 7 points, 1 more than Pokemon Legends ZA. This was slightly higher for me until a very late entry, which we will find out later. But eventually just made its way into number 10. So what I will say is it's number 10, but what a fucking game. I love this game.
Yeah.
We obviously reviewed it, Stephen, and it's just one of those Fallout-like games, but it's really is one of those just go and do what you want. You find your own path, and it really sticks to that. A lot of these games say that, but don't really mean it, such as Outer Worlds 2, which I was kind of mentioned before. But this game was truly mysterious and open world in the best sense. This is a game I'd recommend to anyone that doesn't love the massive, like talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, that's too much and it's too shit, to be honest. This is more what I would like from that kind of game. But Stephen, you can talk about it as well.
And I think if I make a confession, this originally was higher for me until I feel like I had it higher, and then there's another game that
yes, you did
higher, which we'll get to. So this could have been higher had it been if we both stuck to what we originally said. But yeah, I went into this thinking that like it might not be my kind of game, but it's set in England, it's based on a nuclear attack, and I was kind of just interested by when I heard about it. And when I started it, I was thinking, wow, the game kind of kicks off and basically you're allowed to go wherever you want and do whatever you want. And I think that's the biggest thing that I love about it, that like both mine and Welch's experience was so different because of how we played it. I mean, I literally went rogue at times and made it like even more complicated and difficult for myself, but I actually quite like that. I like the fact that the game kind of, you make the rules, you do what you want, and it's up to you how you get to that bit, whether you find it easy or hard or whatever. And I really, really enjoyed that. I found like the characters, because they all sounded exactly like the dad from like Horrid Henry, I was just laughing all the way through because that British accent, or their attempt of a British accent, was laughable. But also I love the mystery of the story. And even now I'm a little bit like, I still don't quite get really what was going on.
It
But
depends
again,
on
that's
your
like the
ending.
whole,
My ending wasn't the best to explain what was going
yeah.
on. Yeah.
And also I think it leaves it a lot up into interpretation about like who you are and what everything means. I've also seen like Reddit reports out there that like the whole thing is just like a fantasy, and it's somebody going through like who's select drugs and experiencing everything. So things maybe not be real or real. And I was like, don't really see that, but I can
No.
kind of understand why someone may think of it in that way. Recommend it to anyone that sort of played Fallout. I fell out of love like after like Fallout New Vegas, because those kind of games were just, I think, frustrating me that it didn't have sort of a linear point. So it's not my kind of games. The fact that I enjoyed it and it's gotten into my top 10 just shows what a real hidden gem this is. And I think both of you would really enjoy it when you get around to playing it.
Yeah, would definitely recommend it. Let's find out our number 8.
Number 8. Mafia: The Old Country
Hey.
Yeah, okay.
and Battlefield 6
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right.
and Sword
Oh,
of the Sea
fucking hell.
It does double.
Look at that.
and Donkey Kong.
Oh my
Country.
god, there is actually another one.
Oh my god, it's 4.
And
Oh, no,
A four-way tie
Wow.
at number 8. It's why I kept messaging you guys saying, "Are you sure you're happy with your order?" Because I was like, "There's a fucking four-way tie, and I don't like it." But it is what it is. So,
That's funny.
Battlefield 6, Mafia: The Old Country, Sword of the Sea, and Donkey Kong Bonanza all come in with 8 points, 1 point more than Atomfall. This is how tight it is at the bottom, by the way. Like these are all at 1 point away.
Yeah.
So let's go through who's done what. So Battlefield was just one person. That was Stephen, who had it in 4th place, which gives 8 points, obviously.
Yeah.
Then we have Mafia: The Old Country. Andy had that in at 8th place, giving it 3 points. With Stephen having it at 6, giving it an additional 5. Sword of the Sea, again, Andy and Stephen both had it in 7th, 4 points each.
Okay.
Sword of the Sea was the game that dropped out through my new entry. It was my 10th, and then
Okay.
everything shoveled down and it came out to 11th.
Yep.
And Donkey Kong Bonanza was me and Jack. I had Donkey Kong at 6th, and they're giving it 5 points, and Jack had it at 8th, giving it 3. A lot of games to go through here. Jack kind of mentioned Donkey Kong, how he preferred Mario Galaxy, sorry.
there you go.
I was a big fan of Donkey Kong. I still maintain that game could have been closer to a 9.5 and a 10 if the boss battles were more than 25 seconds each.
Yep.
The boss battles really let that game down. But other than that, it's a game like I've never played before. The destruction mechanics, the whole way you play that game was just very interesting to me, and all the different types of terrain you can get hold of, and they've got different abilities and stuff like that. It's a fantastic game. Highly recommend it. I do think Mario Odyssey is better, thinking of the last 3D Mario game, but it's still a fantastic 3D platformer. The other 3, I don't know. Well, obviously Sword of the Sea, I know. We all 3 of us kind of enjoyed that game. Jack, you didn't play Sword of the Sea?
No, I didn't play.
It's a quick 5-hour game, 4-hour game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that
Something
long.
good.
Which is very
It's
enjoyable.
got like a unique art style to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
music,
Very-
relaxing
Very
game.
fair.
Like a
Yeah, very
therapy session.
therapeutic. Yeah, as it literally took the word out there. I think it's one of those that I'd like to go back at some point and try and go for the platinum. I think it'd be quite an easy platinum and a fun platinum to do at a later date. But yeah, a lot of fun. Hidden Gem, didn't think anything much of that game, and then kind of did it over 2 sort of playthroughs. Was like, yeah, this is really calming. I remember playing it the night that we announced that we signed Eze, so that was I was having a really calming therapeutic session, and then my phone was going mental at the fact that we then made a big sign the hijacked up. So that was a great night in the summer. I remember that. Remember that vividly.
Mafia. Both of you I say both of you, Andy and Stephen have played that one, submitted that one.
Yeah.
Stephen, you was much higher on that than Andy in terms of
Mhm.
your review scores, but still made Andy's list, obviously. Anything to say about that one?
I think Mafia potentially would have been one of those games that would have dropped out if I had played more games from both Xbox and Nintendo. But being limited to obviously PlayStation, didn't play as many games as yourself, Welchy. I did enjoy Mafia. The only thing that let it down for me, and I think Stephen agreed, was the bosses were too repetitive and it was the same thing over and over, but it had a good enough story to it. It was cool sort of being in that world, driving around in the sort of the cars that they had back in that day. And yeah, just sort of rising up the ranks. The whole story was pretty good, but it was just the boss battles like Donkey Kong that let it down for me.
Yeah, funny that it matches in position as Donkey Kong as well.
Yeah.
Stephen, you've only very recently spoke about Battlefield, but any
Yeah.
any other comments?
I mean, yeah, as I recently spoke about Battlefield, the campaign was incredible. The sound design was unbelievable when it won an award as a result of that in the Game Awards. And like with Mafia, I totally echo everything that Andy said. The boss battles did let it down. But I just remember being absolutely enthralled with the story because I kind of predicted I wanted it to be a case of like, oh, there's a spark between Enzo. Is it Enzo?
Yeah.
I always used to throw from Enzo
Definitely.
Fernandez or Ezo or something like that. But he has like a spark with the boss's daughter like very early on, and I remember sitting there going, it'd be amazing if they like do a story where they get together. But obviously, you can't do that when you're in the Mafia, and that's exactly where the story takes you. Still, kind of think like the payoff at the very end could have been maybe a little bit better. But just playing those chapters, knowing that reveal is to come. And loving that in gangster movies where they go down that road because that's just the golden rule. And I've not played a Mafia game that has done that. So that for me is what pushed it up. But as I said, if it had been probably like a slightly better ending and really good boss battles, it would have gone further up in my list. But yeah, a really enjoyable game.
And Jack, is there anything you want to add to Donkey Kong before we move on?
I really enjoyed that game. I think the best thing about it was just how you could solve create your own
Solutions.
what the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, create your own solutions to problems. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart there. Couldn't think of the right word. Like especially when you like switch between all the forms. Like so you could make it say like
Yes.
you jump high and then fly and then drop down and then so yeah, so many different combinations that you can use to get the same result. And I love that because it's nice in a game because how many times in games you try something and you know it's not going to work, but you just try it anyway. So to have something where you can try it and it does work is really fun.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Okay, let's find out number 7.
Number 7. Blueprints.
Hey.
I thought that might have been
Blueprints right
higher.
in there.
And oh,
No, that is the only one on that one. Oh, that's gone, disappeared. Why that disappeared? Yes, number 7, Blueprints. Obviously submitted by myself and Andy. Andy had it in at 5th place, getting it 6 points. I had it in at 8th place, getting it 3 points. So this again is 1 point higher than those other 4, with 9 points. So very
close.
very
Yeah.
tight in the bottom 4 places.
sorry, where did you say you had it in yours?
I had it 8th.
8th.
Again, this was higher. Something has gone above it.
What the hell have you played in like
I'll
some
explain.
secret game?
I'll explain. But yeah, we've kind of recently spoken about this, Andy, but a fantastic game. When I think that this was made by effectively one person, he had some help in other areas, but mostly designed and created by one person is absolutely insane. I think this game would have been much higher in my books if I didn't get so frustrated with it at times.
Yeah.
And I think it is partly because these kind of roguelike games normally, I think I said it in my review, there's always a way. Even if you get dealt a bad hand, there's a way of doing it. Whereas I found a lot
Yeah.
of the times in this one, it was like, oh, no, your hand is so bad that you literally can't. And it's like, Well, no, there should always be a
A
way. And
workaround.
I know that I could have made different decisions and whatnot, but it just bugs me a little bit. But I know you loved it as well, Andy.
Yeah, I do agree with you in that sense. I don't think I found it as frustrating as you, because I think you got to the part where you thought you're so close to finishing, and you was from obviously our chats that we had about it. But obviously you went down a different route that I went down, so that completely made everything that I was saying to you irrelevant, because I went through a different strategy with the game. But yeah, just the whole concept, before I sort of loaded up and sort of heard stories about it, I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to like this type of game. But as soon as I loaded up and saw the concept and the way that the rooms work and all the puzzle, I was like, oh, this is such a cool idea and a fun game to experience. And sort of once you get to that ending, you pull that lever and open the door, it's just such a rewarding sort of feeling. So, and the fact it was free to play through PlayStation Plus as well, not that it costs much anyway, but yeah, it's just an incredible game, and I would recommend it to anyone. And again, it's like Atomfall with you guys, where you had your different paths that you go down. Someone else can play this and have a different experience to me and Welchy playing it, because there's so many different ways that you can go down. And just like, for example, Welchy, with you had the four lights that you lit up and got a chessboard and a whole new puzzle that I didn't even get in my playthrough. So it just shows how many layers there are to this game. And there's also a lot of hidden lore as well with the story. I think that's the one thing it lacks, is the cutscenes. Could have had more cutscenes and a bit more storytelling. But other than that, it was a great game.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's find out number 6.
Number 6. Mario Kart World.
Well, it's lucky we got number 1 and second best Mario Kart player in there.
And Elden Ring Night Rain.
Oh, got an hand.
Nice.
I mean, Jack's put that quite high.
Yes,
It's number 2 pick.
You're correct. So this tie, the 6th place, was 10 points. Again, 1 point above Blueprints.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Mario Kart
Every
World,
single one has been just a point higher from 10 to
even
6.
from
Wow.
the honorable mentions, they've all been 1 point from
Yeah.
that point. And even the game
That's
below
nuts.
those honorable mentions is 1 point below. It's absolutely insane.
Um,
So Elden Ring Night Rain was just Jack in 3rd place, 10 points.
third place.
And Mario Kart World was me and Jack. I had it in at 9 with 2 points, and Jack had it in at, let me get this correct, 4th with 8 points. So, Elden Ring Night Rain, Jack, this is your time, because none of us have played it. I think actually last year, Jack, oh no, Elden Ring wasn't last year, was it? There was a game last year that you
No, it was
submitted there, wasn't it?
Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong was your game last year, yeah. So you've always got
Yeah.
every year one of those games that none of us play.
One
But
of-
it's a great game, obviously. I guess you wouldn't rate this as highly as Elden Ring itself, though.
No, nowhere near. Yeah, nowhere near the original Elden Ring. I think I prefer the single player, just exploring yourself and just going through the campaign. But for their first attempt at doing a completely online game, I thought it was amazing. I already love the fighting mechanics from Elden Ring and like Dark Souls. The way the weapons work, the weapon move sets you get, I think are really cool. Like some of them are really artistic as well. And just how many different options you have to create a character. That's more for the different original Elden Ring, because this one there's classes, but you still have different weapons for each classes, and because of the way stats work, like dexterity doesn't just mean they'll be good with like katanas. It goes on to different weapons as well, like two-bladed swords and stuff like that. So you can choose different weapons, and then yeah, there's loads of stuff in it. That they just did a really good job, and I think I said it in when you done your Game of the Year review, of really condensing down the little quest into 3 different nights, and then the boss fights. Each one was so good, because it's not just running into areas, finding loot, and doing things. There are like little mini quests that you can do within the every time you drop in, and that just adds like little extra rewards and everything. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game, and getting through the bosses on it was great.
Did you completed a run, right? Like you can say
I
you
completed loads.
Okay.
I've done the final boss, so
Oh, cool. So you're qualified to say it's your number 3.
Yeah.
So I guess Mario Kart World as the number 1 best Mario Kart player.
Roy.
This was a game I had a lot of fun with. I don't think it's going to reach the heights of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This game has its issues. The open world stuff is not very good for me.
Yeah.
I don't think they're very
And
good.
the worst part of that is when they force it into the Grand Tour, the Grand Prix, and the online gameplay. They went as far as patching the game to force you to do it as well, which was a bad move from them. I believe they've reversed that decision, at least partially reversed that decision. But the actual mechanics, the actual maps, or tracks, whatever you want to call them, the soundtrack, everything about it is fantastic. I personally loved the time trials. I think that's what it's called, when you're trying to beat the best times you can. I remember sending Jack screenshots every day saying I've beat his time.
He was on holiday as well.
I was on holiday, yeah, you're right. I was on holiday, waking up early and sending Jack screenshots. Yeah, I got addicted to that. I got addicted to just getting those milliseconds off. It is the best kart racer. There's no doubt about it. It's just a few things they added this time didn't quite hit, but I still want to keep playing it. I still want to go back to those time trials, play more races against Jack, especially now I've got a capture card. And I'm looking forward to, at some point there will be DLC, new tracks, maybe new characters and stuff. So I'm expecting this game to have a long life. I just don't think it's ever going to hit the heights of Mario Kart 8, but that was always going to be hard, wasn't it?
I think it's a difficult one because when it came out and when you started to review it, I was thinking, oh, it sounds like it's going to hit those heights, but then it was the open world really that sort of sealed its fate in not reached that. Or if they'd done it in a much better way, potentially.
Yeah, like Forza. I mean, when it was announced it was open world, everyone was already hesitant, and it never really lived up to what it could have been.
Yeah.
But they had to try something new. They can't just release another Mario Kart with no changes. So they took a swing. They hit the ball, just not very far.
Yeah.
That's the best analogy I can think of.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next year.
As the second best Mario Kart player, want to say anything?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very fond memories of all the streams we've done on that, and absolutely whamming online races to try get an 8,000 score. That was effort, but I really enjoyed playing that game. It's always fun to go back to a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Same as you. Open world didn't exactly hit that well. I think like Forza Horizon, if you're gonna make it open world, you've got to make the whole focus the open world, as in like, so you drive into a race to start a cup instead of it just all being in the menu.
Yeah.
So if they'd fully incorporated it, it would have been so much more better. But the fact that it's even there and in a Mario Kart game is cool. But that's about it, I'd say. And they it could have been better, but they sort of just shot themselves in the foot at the beginning, like you said earlier, with taking away the ability to do random races. So I actually went to the 3 laps, and how bad, I don't know if they've changed it because we haven't been on, but like if we wanted to do
The
a
knockout
online
tour.
race together, or even it was for both, I think. It was for both. You like one of us had to join the game and make sure there was at least one spare spot in the lobby, and then hopefully we could join. They didn't let you like get in together and then search for a game. But
It's honestly the most ridiculous decision ever. Like in 2025, they still didn't have a party system. It's fucking stupid. Unbelievably stupid.
To be able to find a game with 2 spare spots, but that's just Nintendo stuff, isn't it? But other than that, I thought it was great. Mario Kart's always great. It's never going to be bad.
Okay, let's find out our top 5 of 2025.
Where it gets juicy.
Number 5.
Yoto.
Dispatch.
Oh, okay. Is it Joe?
No.
Ooh,
So number
okay.
5 was Dispatch. Dispatch come in. This is the first gap we have. So there was all 1 point away from each other. Dispatch is 8 points ahead.
Okay,
of
start jumping.
6th place, so 18 points. And this was only submitted by 2 of us. This was Andy in 3rd place and myself in 4th place.
Okay.
So it did very well with 18 points. Again, we didn't review this one that long ago. I think if you just scroll down on our YouTube page, it's not that far down. But what a fucking game. Like one of the best written games in a long time. alongside some of the other games in
Yes.
this list later on, I think. But the voice acting, the graphics, the gameplay, everything about this is phenomenal. I know, Andy, you gave it a 10.
Yeah. Exactly what you said. The storytelling, the writing, the comedy, the humor, the voice actors that are in it, all the characters, the fact that you have different options. There's obviously watching your stream, you had certain things that happen in yours that I had made different choices to. So it's cool sort of playing it and then watching a different outcome, someone else playing it as well. So all of those bits add to it as well, different layers. And yeah, overall it's a fun game. And as soon as I finished it, I wanted more. So I honestly can't wait for them to do a season 2, which obviously I think is very likely now after the success it's had. And I think it's going to be winning quite a few awards.
Yeah, I think the testament to this game is that Aaron Paul said that obviously for years now, whenever someone sees him, they say, "Hey, bitch," or like something from Breaking Bad. But he actually
Yeah.
had people coming up to him talking about his performance in Dispatch,
Just
and he was like,
okay,
"What the
yeah.
fuck? Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
I'm Jesse Pinkman. Like,
I don't know.
what do you mean?"
Yeah.
So it's crazy how well this game has done. I think it's a real testament to those developers who were previously at Telltale, and you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that I probably will also give this game a 10 when I get around to playing it. It's just everything that I love in the game.
Yeah.
And as someone who's a massive fan of Telltale games, I know obviously it's a little bit different to that. But you know when you just hear a game, when you guys speak about it, I was like, yeah, this is absolutely a bit of me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm going to go into that with very high expectations.
I know for
And
a
I don't think I'm
fact
gonna be
if
disappointed.
you two would have played this game, this would have been top 2. Like,
Oh.
you would have both had this at least in your top 5, which would have pushed
Yeah.
this very high. Not that
Yeah.
It
Fifth is
probably would have
bad.
been. It probably would have been my top 3 if I had played it. To be
Exactly,
fair.
and I think it
Yeah.
probably maybe at least top. Yeah, actually, I'd say top 3 for Stephen as well, if not top 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have been very high. But we could say that about all these games if maybe people played Elden Ring Night Reign, which, by the way, Elden Ring Night Reign is the highest placed game with only 1 vote.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is either below that or obviously had
Because
more than 1 vote.
there's at least 2 on my list that won't even make the cut. I've just realised, unless that I'll be stunned if they're not based
Yes,
on the
there's
4
definitely
games that
No.
we've got coming up.
There's definitely 2
Yeah.
people not making it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I put Borderlands first, where would have it placed?
It would have been just below Dispatch.
Ah, I should have done it.
I would have also sent it back to you and said redo this list because that's Dispatch.
Yeah.
I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it.
It would have been rejected.
Yeah. Okay. Top 4.
Number 4. Ghost of Yote.
Wow.
No.
Oh,
You was obviously expecting
Okay.
more, Stephen.
What's I'm missing a game right now because there's
actually, I feel like I
Split
might
Fiction
probably
Expedition.
use this.
Don't worry. Let's
What's
not
the
let's
other
not guess
game,
the
man?
games. Let's talk about Ghost of Yote. So interestingly, Ghost of Yote was submitted by all 4 of us.
Wow, it's
There's
still
only-
capable.
There's only 2 games that were submitted by all 4 of us. We've not got to the other one yet. Ghost of Yote.
Oh,
Ghost of Yote was highest submitted by Stephen, which was his second pick,
Yeah.
which I think everyone can now probably work out what Stephen's number 1 is. Then it was Andy in 4th place.
Yeah.
Then it was me in 5th place, and then it was Jack in 7th. So let's let Stephen go first. It was your second game of the year.
What I'm going to say, we're going to piss a lot of people off having Ghost of Yote in 4th.
I don't think we are.
Just-
I don't think we are.
Yeah.
I think you're overrating Ghost of Yote.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't even given my rating because I completed it over the
Christmas,
Christmas
yeah.
period when we were off. So I will first and foremost say that I would rate Ghost of Yote absolutely a 10 out of 10 for me. And with the other game that is going to be announced later on, I have spent every day not working out which was going to be my number 1. I kept to-ing and fro-ing, and sort of every day I wake up, my kind of answer changes. But I'm actually quite happy that I've put it as my second best game of 2025. I felt like that the ending of Ghost of Yotei, the second and third act. I won't give any spoilers away because there might still be people out who have been kind of doing the whole world and still having to wrap up that bit. I just think it's incredible. That final boss battle I found incredibly challenging, even on the easiest difficulty. So fuck what that must have been like on some of the harder difficulties, because even with fully upgraded stuff, that was tough.
If you saw my
That
Twitch stream, I was getting very fucking angry.
Yeah, and I was thinking, actually, funny enough, I was thinking about you when I was going through that last bit, because I was like, for me, this is bullshit, and that's on like the lowest difficulty. So I quite like that, because every other one was like, there was a couple of moments, but nothing too bad. But that final one was like, oh, and it wasn't very friendly in terms of where it put you back to if you got killed. There was a lot of stuff that had to be done, but visually stunning. It's the best game on PS5 Pro that I've played so far. I do understand that the developers kind of can sometimes put like hoodwink you in making things look better than what they actually are, but just visually it was amazing on PS5. And when I played it up on PS5 Pro, it just is so perfect. It's one of those games where if I wasn't doing the podcast, I'd still be playing it now, because all the side stuff is unbelievable, just absolutely unbelievable. And it's so seamless to kind of go from that to main story. I feel like you don't get the full experience unless you tackle, I know I've not done all the side stuff, but I spent 15 hours of the game just doing that to start before I even got to the main story. And I think the story of it is just so good. I can see the inspiration for like Kill Bill that was oozing throughout the game. And it was really heartfelt. There was something at the end that almost brought me to tears, because I didn't see something at the end coming. And the only reason that this isn't number one is because the other game that I've selected sort of does things differently. This is the best written game that I've played this year out of all of the games on my list, definitely. But the other game just does something a bit more, which is where my rationale was. But it's not, for me, there's not much in those two. But as for Ghost of Yotei, I just was absolutely blown away. And again, I expected good things, and it delivered for me.
Jack, you had the lowest. Not that it's still obviously a good game for you, but not as good as Tsushima, I'm guessing, for you.
Yeah, I think that was the main issue for me, is that if Ghost of Tsushima didn't exist, it probably would be way higher. But I just, I don't know, maybe struggled with being just having the same mechanics and that, but I wasn't really sold with the story that well.
You also
Or
played Assassin's
just-
Creed Shadows for 40
I
hours this
played
year.
so much Shadows that like when it got round to it, even though the stories are slightly different,
They're very similar.
it just because it's the same setting with a female lead and like avenging family, it just it felt very samey. So maybe if I didn't play Shadows, it would have been higher. But I don't know. I just felt like the story maybe just needed something else, personally for me. Like just something a little bit different. And I still enjoyed playing it. There wasn't a moment I was playing it I thought like this is shit. But like I think just I needed a little bit more, and the fact that Tsushima exists, it just made me think like, would I have preferred a number 2 of that over a completely new setting? But yeah, still a thoroughly good game.
Andy, anything to add?
No, yeah, basically just agree with what both of them have said. Really, the story is the one thing that lets it down for me as well, in terms of it's quite standard. It's not really anything original. But the mechanics I really enjoyed. I think the side stuff on Ghost of Yotei is the most impressive bit about the game, is how easy it is to get distracted by the side stuff. Compare it to any other games where they've got side quests and challenges, you feel like you're going out your way to do those, whereas in Ghost of Yotei it all goes into one sort of flow and it goes so smoothly. And obviously I enjoyed the mechanics, the fact sort of just being that sort of samurai where you can pick up a spear or throw a bottle and then sort of go into a sword fight. All that sort of stuff is quite cool for me. But yeah, just a story that lets it down a little bit, but still a great game. Obviously made my top 4.
Yes, definitely. Okay, let's find out the top 3 of the Late Night Gamer Podcast top 10 game of the year.
Number 3. Split Fiction.
Okay.
What?
Bloody hell, one of you's got
Wow.
high.
Woohoo! I knew that I was going to get a reaction. I
Interesting.
knew
So
I was getting a
now
reaction.
I've got to fit it in that.
I know what top 2 are now, but
Yeah, I know what the
I
top
didn't.
2 are, but
I thought the other game was going to be third.
yeah,
So,
I'm
Damn.
not quite sure how I
Who's
feel
put
about
that
that.
number? Someone must have put that number 1.
Split Fiction. Oh, what I should have said, by the way, is obviously Dispatch was 8 points above Maricot and Elden Ring. Ghost of
Yep.
Yote was 12 points ahead of Dispatch.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
So we're getting the big jumps here. And Split Fiction is 7 points ahead of Yote at 37 points. So
Yeah.
we're in the big numbers right now. And as an indication, I'm not going to say what won Movie of the Year because the episode's not out yet. But 37 points would have come second in Movie of the Year.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
okay.
third here. Actually, Ghost of Yote would have come. Oh, okay, third. It's not actually much of a difference as I thought, but they make a difference. So, Split Fiction was someone's number 1, Stephen. It was Andy's number 2, and it was
Yep.
my number 3. So we're 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
bang, bang, bang. And Jack didn't play it this year.
No.
Again, if Jack had played it, would it be higher? Probably, but
It would have definitely
Yeah.
probably been up there, yeah.
but there's another game later on that hasn't been played by everyone
Uh,
either. So
That means well, yeah, one of the other guys has gone really fucking high.
so
Which
Split
is
I
Fiction.
surprising.
can't even think about what one it is.
Oh, you'll know.
I'm so
you'll know
confused.
soon. Stephen reviewed Split Fiction very recently. Obviously, me and
Yeah.
Andy reviewed it much earlier in the year. One of the first games we played this year, and for a long time I was
Yeah.
thinking, "Wow, this could be my game of the year," because this is absolutely brilliant. And to have 2 games better than this just shows how good this year is for me. Like for me, obviously, shows how strong this year is because this is phenomenal. They're the masters of co-op. It's one of the funniest games I've played. Not just the funny that me and Andy made, but there's funny moments in the game itself, like the
Yeah.
Monkey King, whatever his name was just batshit funny. The sausages or whatever it was,
Yeah.
the tooth fairy
All
thing,
the side scenes.
Yeah, the
basically.
birthday cake that
yeah.
goes into bloody dentist
Dentist,
horror
that's right.
sequence. Yeah,
Such a great game. The only thing lacking for me was the overall story in this game. I liked the individual stories of the characters, but the overall story I thought was a bit lacking. But other than that, this is some of the best gameplay you'll play, period. And the last mission in this
Yeah.
game is just, I think about that mission a lot.
Oh, so do I. And I say it every time, like, why have games not taken inspiration from what they've done with Split Fiction? Because the mechanics on this game are unbelievable, and it truly like brings everything like a PS5 is about to life. So more developers need to look at Split Fiction, especially co-op games,
Yep.
and sort of see what can we take from this and put it into our games. Because that last level is a whole new level of crazy. Like, it's so good.
Stephen, I know you reviewed it
Yeah,
recently.
I mean, I echo everything. I think maybe I'll just spend a little bit of time just talking about my rationale because, as I said, I have had a real battle of working out what is going to be my number 1. I knew it was going to be Ghost of Yote or Split Fiction. Finishing Ghost of Yote kind of didn't really help me. I was kind of thinking, well, if that's a really bad ending, then it won't make my decision easier. And then it wasn't. I think out of the 2, Ghost of Yote is, I know obviously all of you said that you were slightly let down by the story, but maybe because of how much I love like Kill Bill and the exploitation of revenge, I feel like that is probably why I'm putting that story higher and the emotion that came from it and connected with that too. But in terms of Split Fiction, I loved the story, but I think Ghost of Yote, as I said, is better written, but the mechanics of Split Fiction, I've not played anything better this year. And in every single level, it was surprising me. The fact that it's co-op as well, so it's not just your own experience, you're interlocking with who you're playing with. So I played it with our good friend James, and like we just had such a blast, such a great experience. It was happening at a time where a lot of stuff was going on personally for me, and like to have a game that gives you that escape and that joy, and just like it came just at the perfect time as well. So like I was really thankful for playing something that I could immerse myself in. It had the best moment, the paint inside mission sequence, which I still think is the best gaming moment that I've had this year. Just the level of detail, and then that final mission. Again, I have no idea how on earth they did that. Love the characters and just everything about it I thought was incredible. So and I just think it wins for me on the mechanical side, on actually the gameplay, which I think just slightly eclipsed Ghost 8 in a different way. But we're talking about like really fine margins, similar to what happened with our movie of the year that is to come. But yeah, I'm quite sad that obviously last year my number one did win Game of the Year, which isn't going to happen this year. But to still be within the top three is, I'm happy with that.
Okay, let's find out number 2.
Number 2. Rematch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, yeah, of
Here's the
course.
name I was.
Yeah.
There we go. Rematch number 2. So
Yeah.
fun little fact. This wasn't number 2 until someone changed their list.
Was it you?
No, this was third, and then Stephen changed his list and put Rematch higher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which pushed it above. So this was only 2 points above Split Fiction. At
Ooh.
39 points.
If I could
What's
interject, go on, Addy.
No, what was the surprise game that you played, Welchy? Because I
Oh,
thought
it did make the
that
top
was
10.
going to be in the...
I
Yeah,
played
you
it.
prick.
We'll go through it later.
Okay.
If I interject, I was about to say that like I am annoyed that Split Fiction and Ghost 8 are above Rematch, even though I love Rematch. But what makes it even funnier is it was my change of the list that contributed to the reason why I'm a little bit like, that's annoying, because I can't sit here and say that Rematch is a better made game than both Ghost 8 and Split Fiction. But I had to bump it up higher because of just all of the fun that we've had on it and the amount of hours that I put into that game as well. I think I had it. Was it 5th?
You did? Yes. And then you moved it up to 3rd.
Yeah. So in my head, I was like Split Fiction number 1, Ghost Yota number 2. But I was like, what game have I played so much of? Really enjoyed. I've just got the platinum for as well. We've had so much fun time. I've played like nearly 40 hours on Rematch. So I thought I've got to bump it up to number 3, even though it's annoyed me that our list doesn't replicate that. But it is a
The
phenomenal
list
game,
replicates
really.
what we all think. And
Yeah, no, it's true.
Andy had Rematch at 6th.
Yeah.
Me and Jack had Rematch at number 2.
You had it at number 2.
Wow.
Number
Oh,
2.
shit.
Yeah, Rematch is a once-in-a-lifetime game for me, a multiplayer game that I just fell in love with. I've got 50 hours, I checked the other day, 50 hours on the game. And we played it recently, the 3 of us, on my birthday, actually. Andy said he was too tired because he's a true friend, doesn't want to play on my birthday.
Try and drop me in it.
But no, and I was playing that, and it's like, this game's just fucking amazing. Like, I'm not saying it's better made than Split Fiction. It's not even better made than Dispatch. But the amount of fun I have on this game, and for a multiplayer game that I can do bad at and not get annoyed at, like, you know what I mean? Like that frustration. I never, ever in this game was angry or frustrated. Yes, you come up against sweaty defenders, but you just think, oh, for fuck's sake. It's not like the frustration you get at COD when you die. Andy never doesn't have this feeling, but when you die over and over and over again, or Gears when you're coming on a crap map and stuff, I just never had that moment. It was always,
or even
fun.
like EAFC, where you go through periods of losing, you come up against absolute sweat. Like, and also what Rematch did is it had like that Rocket League feeling for me, where I started Rematch and I wasn't good at all, and then like within 10 hours I started to then understand the mechanics and just get better and better. But what is funny is that, you know, I would say we're all really good at Rematch, but even all of us were making like fuck ups, even on like that birthday
the fuck ups are the best part.
Yeah, exactly. Where you think you've got it, and then you dive like the wrong way, or like you make a mistake and you don't get onto the ball, and it's just those moments are really funny. I think back to our 24-hour gaming stream, and like Rematch carry us through about 5.5 hours of it. Without Rematch, that period between like 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. where I was struggling, Rematch kind of saved me in a way, because we all came together for it, and I just think that it's so simple. And as I said, like Ghost Yota, Split Fiction on my list of better games, but the fact that you put it at number 2, it does replicate all of our thoughts behind it. Because I remember when it came out thinking, oh, this is going to be like maybe a game that I played for like 5 or 6 hours and then drop. And then, as I said, 40 hours into it. Even when I played it on Friday when I was going, I needed 12 more assists to get the platinum. And I was coming up against absolute idiots. But again, that was making it fun because I got to like 99, and I didn't get it for another 4 games. And like every time I put it on a plate, they would miss it, and you'd be like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, it's probably the game this year. I don't know if you will agree, but like that, I'm very unexpected. Didn't think it
I
was
think I
going to
said
get
it on the episode.
anywhere
Yeah.
near.
It was surprisingly
Well,
Yeah,
and Andy actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when you said who the developers were in their last game. And obviously, I've played a bit of Sifu now. You can see their art style in the characters, the football players,
Yeah.
and stuff. But to go from a fighting game to a football game, especially when EAFC dominates the football world, basically,
And it still does.
is
This isn't going to compete. Like
No.
we've seen all the news articles. It's lost its fan player base. Blah blah blah. I think the player base is
Yeah.
probably us four now, and whoever we come up against, obviously, because I never struggle to find matches.
No,
No,
I've
neither.
never struggled to find a game. Whenever you load this up, you always find a game straight away. So there's obviously a decent amount of people still playing it, and I'm
Yeah.
sure there's something they can do to put more like life into it if they wanted to.
I think it will go free to play at some point. To
Yeah.
bring in those extra players, and then
Yeah.
as soon as that happens, guys, we've got to get on it because those people that haven't played it are going to be so shit.
Yeah,
we need to
true.
get on there and just
It-
batter 'em.
It's
I
like when
think
they put
holding
COD
it-
for free on like over Christmas,
Yeah.
where everyone gets COD over
then
Christmas.
you
You
got
like
all
jump
the
and play all the bots. That's
Yeah.
when Steven jumps on. It's perfect.
Shut up. It's its release date, so that doesn't even make any sense. But anyway, in terms of like rematch, what I'm really hoping is like that customization. Obviously, I've got Ronaldinho, but like if they brought like an Arsenal bundle or like Jack's like a Chelsea bundle or United. I know they had Kobe Manu, but yeah, no one wants to play.
I think they
Kobe
have
Manu,
they clearly have like a Puma link, as I think any players that are
Yes.
linked with Puma are probably the only ones
I'll probably
really
on it.
available.
Where, yeah,
Oh, okay. There's
but
obviously a lot of copyrights with like player images and stuff, isn't there?
that's
Yeah.
Also, just to put it in context, EAFC 26 did make my list, but made it to number 9. So rematch was 6 places higher, which is nuts when you think about it. Like it made my top 10, but it just scraped into 9th position. And like, yeah, obviously EAFC 26 is probably a better made game, but what's the more fun out of the two that I've had this year? Rematch, easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Jack, you had it at 2 as well.
Yeah, I love this game. I think from like not just recent years, but from like when I was a kid all the way up to now, whenever a football game came out that wasn't FIFA, you was always a bit wary of it.
Mhm.
Like they were always, there was definitely ones that were fun. Like Mario
Yeah.
Strikers was always a fun game for me. But they
Pez
were
had a good
always
couple of
slightly
years as
less or yeah. Oh yeah, but that's like proper like
Proper football, yeah.
still simulation football, like offshoots of like more arcadey games. They're
Yeah,
always a bit hit and miss, and you don't really know how they're gonna go. And this was just unreal. I think that was the reason I was a bit hesitant about even buying it at first. But then after seeing like all the videos of gameplay and that, and then just took the bullet or bit the bullet and bought it and played with you guys and loved it instantly. It's such a good game. I absolutely
Yeah.
love doing the ranked on it. Yeah, it's just a shame that it doesn't have as big of a support from like the developers pushing more and more stuff into it as we'd probably hope. But then that comes with the player base. So if the player base can pick up a little bit and, like you said, maybe go in free to play will definitely help. I think once they've recouped the money of development, then they'll probably think about doing that.
Yeah, I mean, even we've got to move on, obviously, but it's on Game Pass, so that's technically free to play on
Yeah.
Xbox if you're a Game Pass subscriber. If they don't want to go full free to play, just make it a PlayStation Plus game. Like, get some sort
Yeah.
of deal there, get everyone on that side. So there's ways around it. But I hope this game has longevity and it never gets like shut down. This is always the worry
No.
with online games. But yeah, I can see myself playing it this year still. So
Oh
I
yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
love this game. But
we'll always be up for a game of rematch.
it is our number 2, not our number 1. So to reveal our number 1 game of the
Oh, here we
year
go.
for the late
Just
night
kidding.
gamer podcast. Don't spoil anything, Andy.
Yes,
And
sir.
number 1, Claire Obscure Expedition
Hey.
33.
It better not pop up. Just kidding. No.
And
Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
that's what I thought it was going to be. That's what-
I didn't think that. I should have done that. That'd been funny. There we have it. Game of the year 2025 for the Late Night
Yeah.
Gamer podcast is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Do you know what? I just realised my my prediction about rematch being high was absolutely spot on. Maybe because I knew that I had bumped
You
it
put
up,
it
but
high,
I
yeah.
didn't think. Yeah, but I didn't think you guys might have replicated that. But yeah, and we went into it thinking, I bet it's going to be Claire, which I can't talk about because I've not
Oh,
played
yeah.
it. But obviously, you
So-
three played, loved it.
Claire Obscure was 3 different people had it number 1. Me,
Wow.
Andy, and Jack all had it number 1. It got 45 points, which is only 6 points ahead of rematch, considering 3
Yeah.
of us had it number 1. That's why it's important to have a weighted score, because I think if this was just normal scores, I think rematch would have been number 1, because all 4 of us have
Yeah.
played it, so it just naturally just climbs. So the weighted score correctly worked here. If 3 people put a game number 1, it should be number 1.
Yeah.
Agree. Absolutely.
What a fucking game. I mean, a game, again, another surprise, really. It come out of nowhere. I think it was only announced or shown off at Game Awards last year, if I'm
I
correct.
can remember the trailer for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just showed off a little bit of turn-based combat, but it's such a good game.
And for it to come out so soon after the Game Awards, and to be the developer's first game, I know they worked at other places, but this company's first game, and to be as good as it is, the stories to be as well written as it is, and the gameplay to be as good as it is, the soundtrack, the characters. This game is the only 10 out of 10 I've given it on the podcast, and is a true definition of a 10 out of 10, and one of my favorite games ever, not just this year. Phenomenal game. Stephen, I know it might not sound like your kind of game. It doesn't sound like my kind of game, but it's phenomenal.
You need to play it.
The thing is, now that not only did it win Game of the Year for real, but as it's one Game of the Year on our podcast, I have got like this FOMO feeling, even if it might be true. So I feel like I've got to probably try it at some point. It's not a priority for sure, but I will probably give it a go just because, like, for you to give a 10 out of 10, Welchy, you are like
I'm
the
very
Simon
strict.
Cowell. Yeah, you are very, very harsh. So the fact that you have given it, I forgot that you gave it a 10 out of 10, and it's your only 10 out of 10, not just on this podcast, but across both fucking podcasts, because you're yet to give a 10 out of 10 on the
Yes,
movie
true.
side as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So yeah, and I think Andy and other people like have messed me on. You've got to play Caribscur. Like, if you love campaigns, like, you're missing out. So I probably will at some point this year.
Yeah, it's a must-play game. Like, even if you think you're not gonna like the combat the way the game is, you just need to try it. If you then still don't like it, then fair enough, not your cup of tea. But
Yeah,
it's one of those games where people describe it to you like it's turn-based and stuff. You might not automatically think, oh, that's your sort of game that you like to play. Just ignore all that. Just pick it up, play it, and enjoy it, because this game hooks you from the get-go. Like you say, with the characters, like the beginning with just Gustav and can't remember now her name now. Oh no, who's the woman?
Sophie?
It's not
Is the
Sophie.
girlfriend, is it Sophie? Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's like,
Yeah. So it obviously starts with them two, and they're walking through sort of the town area, and just like the way that looks, and then they get down to sort of the marketplace, and just the whole scenery with the music. It's like the perfect introduction, and then the whole expedition bit kicks off straight away. You're straight into it, chucked into the deep end, and from there it's just go. And the fact that I don't know how much end game stuff you've done, Welchy,
A
but
fair bit.
I haven't really done much end game stuff. I've seen quite a lot of it on streams and online and stuff and videos. And the facts, like the amount of end game stuff that there is as well. And I think obviously I sent it in the other day into the Discord. Someone beat that boss battle like 7 hours it took them. That just sums up. Like, I was thinking when I said it, that boss battle that I had with the I can't remember the name now, but the battle I said.
guy.
Yeah, that took me like an hour, and I was thinking, fucking hell, do boss battles usually take this long? But the fact someone done a boss battle in 7 hours, yeah, just shows how crazy this game can get. And some of the videos I've seen of the end game stuff it's mental. So it's a 10 out of 10 easily, and definitely game of the year for me. So
Anything to add, Jack?
yeah, just more of the same, really. Like Andy said, the only turn-based game I think I'd really played before this was Pokemon. So
yeah, same
I
as me.
was so I wouldn't say I was a massive turn-based fan, and it wasn't something that put me off playing the game. But I can understand why it would for some people. But even then, it's not like the combat feels any less than a regular game, and it still feels quick. You don't feel like the combat goes really slow. But yeah, love the story instantly from the beginning, from the Gamarch all the way
Gamarch,
going
yeah.
through to the expedition. It was great, and how many twists and turns the story
Ugh.
takes as well. You think so many times that you've got something right and it switches, especially with like Renoir.
Mhm.
How
Yes.
he's portrayed throughout the whole game, and then
His
how it
character.
switches, is unbelievable. Yeah, can only heap praise onto them, especially for their first game. I know they were at Ubisoft and
Yeah.
they came over, but or made their own company even. But
They're
still,
showing
for a first
Ubisoft how
game,
to
that is
fucking do it.
ridiculous.
Ubisoft
Yeah,
been struggling for
exactly.
so long. They left and go, look,
and-
they're safe. I can do it.
And to have the backing of a company like Ubisoft to make a game, you can definitely make it at least half look good. But like to produce something like this from
Yeah.
that team was unbelievable, and they deserve every single award they've got.
I just
I
hope
have
they get some Funko Pops so I can meet the cast and get it signed.
I do have a question. Is there like a different difficulty levels? I know it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
turn-based, but is
Andy
it
played
so?
it on easy.
Yeah,
I played it on normal,
Okay.
and then Jack actually played it on
probably
hard.
go through.
Yeah.
I don't know how you done that
Fuck
because
playing it on
even
hard, Jack. That
obviously
mask,
on
that
easy
mask
it's a
guy. How the
lot.
fuck how'd you kill any of these fuckers? To
Oh
be honest?
yeah, just like thinking
It
about
just
it,
took a
like
lot of effort. I think
fact, it
I
took
think
me-
like you said. Oh no, sorry, go on.
no, I was just gonna say the fact it took me an hour to do that boss battle on easy, and I know I took the hard route by not
Yeah.
doing all the side stuff to make it easier. But like, I'm just thinking of doing that on normal, never mind hard. Like, fucking hell, that'd be like 4 hours.
Did you do that boss battle in one go? It just took you an hour to kill him.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
okay.
just one long fight. It
He
took
kept-
an hour for me to kill the boss.
He
I
kept
didn't
healing
die.
himself.
He has like a healing regen thing,
Right.
and if you don't like
Mm.
parry or dodge at the right time, like it resets and he starts healing again. So yeah, all of that. But for me, I think I parried a lot because you could do that a lot easier obviously on easy. But when I was watching
Yeah.
your stream, Welchy, you obviously dodge a lot. I'm thinking, why are you not parrying? And then like there's one fight where I see you get hit and you just die. Like, fucking hell, you died in one hit. I'm like,
Brutal.
I'm so glad I'm doing that on
It's
easy.
when you said that, it's just giving me like PTSD from that boss battle in not Split Fiction, in Funko Fusion that took me like an hour and a half. Where like every time someone says that, I'm like, I don't want to do another hour boss
No,
battle.
but
If it's
this
gonna be
was-
on the same part.
It was
yeah,
fun. It wasn't.
I know what you mean.
Like
It's sort of
it
repetitive.
wasn't a
sort of.
chore.
Yeah,
It was a fun
no.
fight. I was like it was when
Yeah.
I finally beat him. I was like, oh, that's so satisfying. Like I just had this long fight with this boss and
Yeah.
finally beat him. It was a good feeling. It wasn't like a boring fight. There's so
No,
many
no,
different mechanics to it.
Plus, the
and
only
the
reason it was
skills
that
and
long
stuff.
is because Andy was rushing through the game and didn't do the side content.
Yes, I could have made it easier. I could have removed that healing
Yeah.
ability, but yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. Game of the year for the Late Night Gamer podcast for 2025 is Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So we now have 2 official Game of the Year games. Last year was Astrobot. This year is Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Some fun little facts. 2 games were submitted by all 4 of us, being Rematch and Goes to Yote. A couple games
Cool.
had 3 votes, being Expedition 33 and Split Fiction. I think that's it. Yeah, everything else was either 2 or 1 people. So a lot of variety. So
Yeah.
games just below the honorable mentions was my new entry, Metroid Prime 4,
Okay.
which came in for me at number 7.
Okay.
I haven't finished that yet. I am very close. I'm 11 hours in terms of save file. My Nintendo time says 16 hours. I'll get into that when I review it, maybe next week.
Yep.
And then just below that was EAFC 26. Then Skate, submitted in by Jack. Then Terrifier, the arcade game, and Borderlands 4 joint at 15th.
Yeah.
Both with 1 point each, both being Stevens and Jack's number 10.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, no Black Ops 7 votes, anyone? Or Lost Records? No.
No. Well,
No, I won't put name.
I will-
Almost.
I've completed Terrify the arcade game, and I will probably review it next week because I've got a bit to say on the game. I'm glad that I played that, because without that, I would have had to have put in Black Ops 7.
yeah.
Put it that way, and I didn't want to do that. Did you have EFC on your list at all, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, it was my number 10.
You had it number okay.
Yeah, it was either that or Lost Records.
So I will
So-
quickly go through each of your lists. So Andy, as he said, had EAFC 26 at number 10, Gears Reloaded 9, Mafia the Old Country 8, Sword of the Sea at 7, Rematch at 6th, Blueprints at 5th, Ghost of Yotei 4th, which is where it finished for us. Dispatch at 3rd, Split Fiction 2nd, and Expedition 33 number 1. Stephen had Terrify the Arcade Game at 10, EAFC at 9, Gears Reloaded at 8, Sword of the Sea at 7, Mafia the Old Country at 6, Atomfall at 5th, Battlefield 6 at 4th, Rematch at 3rd, Yotei at 2nd, and Split Fiction number 1. Jack had Borderlands 4 at number 10, Skate number 9, Donkey Kong Bonanza number 8, Yotei at 7, Mario Galaxy at 6, Pokemon Legends Z-A at 5, Mario Kart World at 4, Elden Ring Night Reign at 3, Rematch at 2, Expedition 33 at number 1. My list was Atomfall at number 10, Mario Kart World at number 9, Blueprints 8th, Metroid Prime 4 in 7th, Donkey Kong Bonanza at 6th, Yotei at 5th, Dispatch at 4th, Split Fiction 3rd, Rematch 2nd, and Expedition 33 1st. Almost a clean sweep for Expedition. If Stephen would have played it, I
Always,
don't
yeah.
think it would have been your number 1, but could have been pretty high on yours as well. So yeah, that is it for this year. What will win it next year? Who knows? But that is a question for next year.
I'm so
now-
happy we didn't get Black Ops. We got Black Ops 7 away. Like, I'm so happy about
Not a
that.
single vote. In hindsight, I should have done a number 1 is Lost Records.
Yeah.
I think you would have all gone, yeah, all right, mate. No chance. Okay, so that is it for tonight's episode of the Late Night Gamer podcast. That's wrong. Hang on. Sorry, wrong notes. What did you think of our top 10? Fucking hell. Sorry, we're not done. I did ask on Discord.
I was about to say, did anyone else put in predictions?
Yeah, I keep doing
That's
this.
funny.
Go on, have another go.
I did ask on Discord for everyone's submissions for their game of the year. Big Z wrote in saying Claire Obscure or Split Fiction, which ended up being our number 1 and 3. Ben wrote in saying game of the year for me was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. One game that Andy played a little bit of, but none of the rest of us played. Closely followed by Expedition 33 and Dispatch. Some good taste there. And that was it. So now I can go back to my notes to outro this video. So let us know what you thought of our top 10, or let us know what your game of the year was. Drop your thoughts in the comments or tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. We'd love to hear from you. You can also join our Discord using the link in the podcast description to get your messages to us before the podcast so we can read them out in the episode like Big Z and Ben did. And one day I will do them slightly earlier rather than forgetting to do it at the end. If you did enjoy the episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Speaking of which, we're about to record it right now. It will be our Fantasy Critic Draft for 2026. You will not want to miss that one. It's going to be tasty. It's going to be debates about who's getting the best games, whatnot. It's going to be a great one. So look out for that. Until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I've been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'm so happy that Expedition 33 won Game of the Year. It was my game of the year personally. So I'm happy to see it do so well on the real world and on our podcast.
And Stephen.
Yeah, been a pleasure as always. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what game of the year is going to be for 2026. A good gaming year ahead for sure.
And Jack.
Pleasure as always, and happy to see Expedition get the top spot, and happy to get Pokemon in there as well. So yeah,
Well done, Claire of Scare Expedition 33.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
happy with the whole list.
Yes, congratulations to Expedition 33 for winning the most prestigious award, being the Late Night Gamer Podcast Game of the
The
Year.
only award.
Until next time, thank you for listening and keep on gaming.